What's up, everyone? I'm Mr. Avila here with our second pre-algebra lesson, coming to you from Southern California. And if you're watching this video and you're not in my class, welcome. Today, you're one of my students. Please take out a pencil and something to write on so you can try the following warm-up. Here we have 8 numeric expressions, and if you learn the first lesson and follow the order of operations, you should be able to answer all 8 of these. Please write these down, pause the video, and when you're ready, move on to see if you got the correct answers. And we're moving on in 3, 2, and 1. Here are the answers. Congratulations if you got them right, and if you made a mistake, that's okay. Please reach out to me or reach out to somebody around you. Make them watch the videos too, and try to see if you could figure out how to do numbers 1 through 8. Today we're going to continue with the order of operations. In the first lessons, I talked about this meme that went around for a while, and people debated whether or not what the answer was. And today we're going to learn what the right answer is for this meme. Now, in order to be able to do this, we need to make sure we understand the order of operations. Did you memorize them yet? Step 1, evaluate all operations in parentheses first. Step 2, evaluate all exponents and roots. Step 3, multiply and divide from left to right. And step 4, add and subtract from left to right. Today we're going to focus on steps 1, 3, and 4. So what's the value of the following expression? Now here we have parentheses. Now parentheses are always used to group things together, indicating that what's in there we want to try to do first. So 4 plus 2 being in parentheses, and we notice step 1 says evaluate all operations in parentheses first. We're going to do that operation first. 4 plus 2 is 6. We bring down the 6, the multiplication, and the 6. And then we multiply 6 times 6. Everyone's favorite multiplication is 36. Now, the value of this expression is 36. Now notice this numeric expression, 4 plus 2 times 6. Very similar to the one before, 4 plus 2 in parentheses times 6. So what happens if we try this one? Now if we follow the order of operations, step 3 says multiply and divide from left to right, and step 4 says add and subtract from left to right. So what that means is without the parentheses, the operation we're going to do first is the multiplication. 2 times 6 gives us 12. We bring down the 4 and the plus, and 4 plus 12 gives us 16. So in this case, we really need to see that the value of the expression comes out to be 16 because the parentheses are important. In the first example, parentheses around the 4 plus 2 gave us 36. Without the parentheses, we ended up with 16. Okay, so now we're going to try this one here. Please write this down, and we're going to follow the order of operations to find the value of this numeric expression. So inside the parentheses, we have 3 plus 2. So that's the operation that I'm going to do first. 3 plus 2 gives us 5. And I bring down everything in order. I bring down the 10, the division, the 3 plus 2, which is 5, the multiplication, and the 15. Now, what operation comes next? When I have division and multiplication, what do I do first? The answer is, I don't know. Depends. Which one comes first from left to right? So in this case, notice step 3, multiplication, multiply and divide from left to right. So in this case, since the division comes first, going from left to right, we're going to divide 10 divided by 5, which is 2, and 2 times 15 gives me 30. We say the value of this expression is 30. Now it's your turn. Please try to copy down these 4 numeric expressions, follow the order of operations, and see if you can get the correct answers. If you make a mistake, no problem. We're going to keep practicing until you understand this. Please pause the video, and when you're ready, move on so you can see if you have the correct answers. Are you ready? And here are the answers in 3, 2, 1. Answer for number 1 is 10. Answer for number 2 is 2. Answer for number 3 is 17. And the answer for number 4 is 4. Congratulations if you got them all right. If you didn't, please ask for help. One more thing before we continue and this presentation on the order of operations. How do you read these expressions? 3 plus 9, 8 minus 2. I don't understand what's going on right here. 7 parentheses 5 minus 3. Again, we don't understand what's going on right there. Turns out that mathematicians were really lazy and found a short way to get rid of that multiplication, you don't have to write it. So if you have two parentheses next to each other, it is understood that in between there's a multiplication. If you have a number and a parentheses next to each other, in between it is understood that there is a multiplication. This does not mean that parentheses are multiplication. That's not true. There are many situations where parentheses are used and they don't need multiplication. They don't mean multiplication. Parentheses are just grouping symbols. They are never multiplication. But if you have two parentheses next to each other, in between it is understood there's a multiplication. If you have a number and a parentheses, in between it is understood that there's a multiplication. So now you should be able to figure out the following math meme that went around the internet for a little while. And it says something like 97% of the people get this wrong to get you to try it. So now I want you to write this down. I want you to try to follow what it says and see if you can get the correct answer. Okay, pause the video and give it a shot. Okay, we're moving on in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, don't forget that right there was a times. Okay, now understanding that there's a multiplication right here, we're going to follow the order of operations. First step, evaluate all operations in parentheses first. So we're going to start by adding the 2 plus 2 because it's in the parentheses. That gives us 4. And I bring down everything in order. 8 divided by 2. In between here with the 2 and the parentheses, there's a multiplication that is understood. Again, the parentheses does not mean multiplication. It is understood that when there's a number and the parentheses next to each other, in between, there's a multiplication. So now, we have a division and a multiplication. When we have that, what comes first? I don't know. Depends what happens, what occurs first, reading from left to right. So we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. So we're actually going to divide first. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Bring down the times and the 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So the correct answer to this mathematical meme is 16. Congratulations if you got it right. Now you've understood this whole situation, all these different ways to address parentheses in the order of operations. I want you to write down these problems. I want you to pause the video, and I want you to try to see if you can get all these answers correct. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Moving on in 3, 2, and 1. Are you ready? Are you ready for the answers? I hope you didn't just move on without trying the work. That doesn't make sense. You don't learn that way. Number 1, 2, number 2, 40, number 3, 5, number 4, 12, number 5, 2, and number 6, 56. Very good. If you got this right, congratulations. I'm proud of you. Did you memorize the order of operations? Here we go. Evaluate all operations in parentheses first. Evaluate all exponents and roots. Multiply and divide from left to right. And add and subtract from left to right. Thank you everybody for watching this video. I hope you learned the information from today. When you are ready, thank you again for watching it. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye. Oh, wait, I forgot to say, if you need a video, please reach out to me and I'll help you out. I'll try to make something for your math classes as well. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.